I'd like you to try something. I want you to think about right now being in the present, listening to this video. You're not thinking about anything that's happened earlier today. You're not thinking about what happened tomorrow, will happen tomorrow. You're just thinking about right now. Can you do it? Oh man, I think this is so hard to do. In fact, I would like you to think, how often do you think you can keep your mind in the present right now? What percentage of the time would you say it's in the past, ruminating on things that have happened? How often do you think it's on things that you want to have happen in the future? I would say that I used to be a past-oriented person, and then somewhere along the way I shifted into a future-oriented person, and that's as of just the last couple of years. And then now I am really trying hard to stay present. And to stay in the present, you kind of have to do something to keep yourself entertained, because otherwise you can get bored. You have to be really living to stay in the present. When I used to think about the past, I think that that was more of something that maybe put me into sometimes a depression, because you're thinking about the has-beens, the things that have happened that maybe you could have changed. So you have a tendency to perhaps fall into depression. The last few years, as I've been more future focused, I find myself more in anxiety, thinking about things that could happen, kind of fearful in the present, and kind of regretful of the past. So if you think about it, our bodies live in the present. Our bodies don't know what the future is. Our bodies don't care what the past was. They're living right now. The cells are functioning in the now. So what does that mean to us? Well, that means that if you have a problem with your body and you're supposed to be living in the present, because that's where we live, that's just how it is. We are here right now. If you have a problem with your body, some kind of a physical issue or disturbance, then your body is not living presently if it is not healthy and feeling right, feeling correct. So whatever problem you have is a reflection of the future or of the past. Here's just a little idea. If you have, let's talk about digestion issues. If you have constipation with your digestion, that's a mind more past focused. It's thinking about things that it just can't let go of. So think about that with constipation, right? If you're worried about the future and you're future focused, that might be something that's diarrhea that needs to get itself out quick because it's nervous and this is a future kind of a thing that it's not sure about, so it's just going to get itself out quick. Make sense? Whatever problems you have with your body, on the right side of your body is future focused. So something that's going to happen. So more anxious kind of things might happen on the right hand side of the body. More things that are from the past that have given you problems, maybe with a relationship or some kind of a setback or something you just weren't very happy about. That would be from the past on the left hand side. Not always, but it kind of gives you an idea of where to go with that. And so with the past problems, that would, if you want to live more healthfully, you would be in more of a state of forgiveness. I'm forgiving myself, I'm forgiving others, I'm not going to ruminate on this past anymore. So you can live in the present state once you have been forgiven or forgive from the past. In the future, you stop living by fear. So past is forgiveness, future is fear. You stop living by fear and instead have faith that God is going to provide, that things are going to happen correctly. Now, I find myself often in the present when I'm trying to stay in the present, and there are two questions I have to ask myself as I live in the present and I don't want to stay there. My mind wants to go somewhere else. It wants to go to the past, the conversation I had yesterday or a year ago, or it wants to go to the future. What's going to be happening in a week or in 10 years? What's going to be happening? And what I have to ask are these two questions. Number one, what's happening with the ego? Is the ego telling me that I did something wrong and thus I have a problem that I need to fix because I'm not being good enough, because that's what ego wants, is to be good enough? Or with the ego, am I not going to be able to do something that impresses enough people? So in the present, how is ego showing up to make you think about the future or the past in a way that makes you better than other people? So I have to stop and say, wait, 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 wait. Where is this ego taking me in this present moment? And is that really where I want to be? Do I really want to be in the egoic state of trying to make myself better than other people? If I am, I slow down, I stop, I redirect, I center, I meditate, whatever I have to do to get into the who am I really? Am I really the ego? Or is my true self calling or crying for something better? The second thing I ask is, where is my focus? Is my focus on things external or internal? Things that are external can make you sad, can make you anxious, can really kind of be a rocky way to think. So if my focus is on the past or the future, the external or the internal, I have to stop and try to ground myself and say, I'm going to go inside. This is going to be an internal issue. And can I be happy no matter what is happening external of me right here inside myself? Most of the time, the answer is yes. I can be happy internally. I also think that's really hard because a lot of people will say, don't find happiness outside of you. But I'll tell you what, there's so much that really can make you so happy outside of you. Good food, sleeping, the endorphin rush after exercising, just all sorts of things externally. But if you can live in the present and not feed the ego and focus on the internal side of you, it's so much easier to find happiness. So I'm going to encourage you to give yourself a present and live presently. If you want to talk more about this, learn more about this, I have a program that is a 91-day app-based program on eating better, moving your body more, and having better self-care so that you can be your very best self. You can find more about this program at www.honeydewhealthin91.com. And I'm Shirella. It's been good to be with you presently, right now, today.